divination to determine many things for a long, long time. For as far back as the cult of the skull. We're talking far back in time to prehistoric man. I think you'll find a wide variety of cultures around the world who rely on this system. It's a pretty crude system, but it can be definitely helped in using a little advice for your day if used correctly. Some cultures would ask the spirits of their ancestors to guide those stones to land in places on a mat that pertain to different areas of your life and your daily activities, or whichever way that you want to use them. Just the same way as these stones and these bones. And they don't have to be necessarily bones or stones. You can use coins. You can use little trinkets that you find around your house to have some meaning to you. Now, like almost anything with magic, with any items that you're going to use, you want to meditate on them. Like basically just hold them in your hand and then meditate and put your intent into them. Like I always say, meditate often. The more you meditate, the more power you're putting into it. So, to give you a better understanding, come over here and let me show you. Hey there. So, what I'm doing here, I have a mat with various areas in my day. Starting here in the center. This area directly affects me, so it is the pertinent area. This area is the things that will indirectly affect me, or the indirect pertinence area. Everything that falls outside of this, though, will not be the things that I need to pay attention to in that day. Now, some people will call upon their ancestors to guide these stones, or their bones, or whatever little trinkets and pieces that you used. And some people would ask the deity that they worship. Some people even ask demons. But either way, you need to select which spirit will guide your divination of stones. Now, personally, I asked Stone Throw Joe. Stone Throw Joe is a servitor of mine. Remember me talking about that in my previous video about tulpas and servitors. His specific purpose is to show me which stones are going to affect my day, if they happen, depending on where they land. Except I added a little something that a lot of the other systems don't usually use. Let's see. I have two specific stones that where they land, the stones between them will be those areas that I need to focus on. Now, I won't go into great detail about what each one of my stones and bones and trinkets mean. Each one has a different meaning. And think about things in your day, like some people like to focus on their love life. Some people like to focus on their financial situation. Some people like to focus on their job. Just different things that you can try to determine if you're in open-ended kind of situation. Now, allow me to demonstrate how I use my daily divinations. Let's see. When I throw these stones, where will they go? That is for you to decide. Stone throw Joe. Let's see. So the one, I'll just try to tell you right now, just to use an example. Now, I call this one the spell stone. It's basically telling me I need to cast a spell at some point tonight. But some people also kind of use a stick if they have a little bit more complex meaning. They want to kind of sift through them, try to determine more. But yes, try to think the meanings of each one in their landing place. How would that actually fit in your day when you really truly think about it? I also have this is actually just a little metal cross right here, and I use that as my spirit trinket here. Or I use an old quarter to represent money. You just really, each stone, I recommend with each stone that you have here, meditate on that stone and put your intent of what that stone really means to you, or trinket, or bowl. But the more effort you put into this, and the better relationship you have with the spirit that you're asking to guide these stones, you will get better results. And I've actually gotten some pretty good results out of Joe. So, anyways, so there's my example of using a stone bone throwing technique. But if, depending on your culture, you may want to look into see, like, perhaps looking into your ancestry and seeing the type of divinations that they used. It might actually serve you very well if you follow it in that footsteps. Now, just remember, you find your mat, and there's place you determine what places on that mat mean, and you determine what each stone that you're going to use to throw onto that mat mean. That's basically that simple. And you also have to determine the spirit that you're going to be asking to guide those bones and stones and trinkets, so that you will be able to get the best results you can out of it. Now, I am Dawnbeard, and I bid you all a magical, a mystical, a metaphysical